We've had a Holden Colorado donated to the college. They said, it's got a little bit of mice damage. Let's check it out. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. A little bit of mice damage. It looks like they've rubbed their little claws together in glee, deciding that they'd have a midnight snack. They've sharpened their fangs at this delightful looking meal and decided to turn it into spaghetti. I could see the smile on their face now. Do you reckon I can fix it?
Several months later.
Well, I'm almost at the pointy end of my repair, I hope. I've done all my wiring now. I've left all the injector pipes off just so that I can check and make sure if I've got any shorts before I connect them up to actually try and start the thing. So I'll do that later. And I've gone and checked through all my fuses and I only found one fuse that was blown. That's interesting, isn't it, considering the amount of damage that was done. So I have hooked up, I've tentatively hooked up a battery just to see if there was any shorts. There appears to be no shorts. And in actual fact, I turned it on and look, we had headlights. That's awesome. And if we come round to inside the cab, we should have, is it still on? No, it's not on yet. Now we've got the headlight buzzer happening and we've got a bit of an instrument cluster. Keep in mind I haven't even put the key in the ignition yet, so yeah, I think we're on the way there, guys. We've got all our power there. Now I need to flush out the fuel system next. Just underneath the vehicle I've disconnected my outlet pipe from my two fuel filters there and I've just got it going into a bucket. Of course I want to drain this fuel because it's probably been here for, hell, I don't know, 2 years or so. So I'm actually going to use the in-tank pump, hopefully if it's still operational, to drain the tank, and I'll show you how I do that upstairs. By removing the fuel pump relay, I'm going to apply power to pin 87, that one at the lower bottom there, right? And generally you can get power from pin number 30, but I don't appear to have power there right at the moment. So I just want to empty the fuel tank and we'll worry about the rest of that later. It may be due to ignition cycle or something like that, I don't know. There's my pin 87 where the relay goes in, and I'm just going to apply power straight off the battery. The battery's right here, and let's see if that makes any difference to getting the pump operational. We should be able to see fuel flowing down there, which you obviously can. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that, of course, it's going to fill up pretty quick. But that tells me for a start that the fuel pump is still operational at this point in time. So yeah, slowly getting there, folks. Get rid of this horrible, smelly fuel and put in some new stuff, then we'll worry about the rest of it. I've cranked it already, so that's a good thing too. A few messages have come up on the dash there. Won't worry about those, they may just need clearing, but you can see I've got a bit of fuel to drain out. Yeah, the instrument cluster's not fantastic, but you can roughly see we've got about half a tank, so it's going to take a while to get all this fuel out of this tank before we can put some new stuff in. Okay, just still working on the fuel side of things, but you can see I've got my wiring done. I've put it in conduit to try and make it neater. Hopefully that's good enough, and hopefully I've got everything sorted. I have cranked the engine so far, so that's a good sign. Just fuel related things now. Put all my fuel pipes back on, of course. Those guys go up to there, up to my injectors, and then hopefully I can bleed the system and get it started. That's the theory. All my pipes are back in place and I have been priming it, and I can't see any leaks there at the moment. I'll have to have a closer look, of course, but I can't see any leaks from that there. Of course we haven't got full rail pressure, just priming it. Just using the G-scan to prime the system. I've got the fuel pump, that's the tank fuel pump, up and running there, and I can turn it off and on. You can hear the clunk or the relay when it goes clunk, and I'm just priming the system, let it run for a while, get rid of any air hopefully, so that starting can be a lot easier. I've gone through and had a look at all the fault codes. Some are possibly relevant. There's a crank angle sensor one that is a bit concerning. There might be another wire that I've missed somewhere, but we'll just see how we go. We'll look at some live data shortly. As mentioned, it did come up with a crank angle sensor fault, but have a look at my engine speed. At the moment it's 0. So if the crank angle sensor wasn't alive, you wouldn't get any RPM. Our fuel rail pressure sensors slowly climbing there, as you can see, and we're just about to start. Holy dolly guacamole! It's starting, it's running. Oh, that's nice to see. Well, I call that a win. Well, so far anyway. That's running, guys. Great news, hey. Alright, I'll switch it off and just double check some stuff and get back to you shortly. I'm sure that there's still quite a bit to be done yet. A few things to figure out, a few fault codes to sort out. There is no fuel leaks. I've checked everywhere. I've checked my oil level, that's all okay. So I have gone from this to this. Yes, and it's running pretty dodgy. It's only got 3 cylinders that are working correctly, but hey, after all that work, what do you expect? So max 1, mice 0. I win.